Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we are going to be finishing Goblin Slayer episode 12, the season finale. This show has been absolutely not what I was expecting. Even though it's called Goblin Slayer and there's slaying of goblins, how dark it's been, how crazy it's been at times, it's not what I thought going in. You know, watching the opening, it was just a lot darker than I ever thought it would be, for sure. The bloodshed, just the craziness of this show. I will say I will be doing kind of a very shortened review of the show overall at the end. This was a Patreon request courtesy of Brandon Shumack. This is episode 12. I really appreciate it. This has been a very fun series to react to. If you want to request something, an episode or 3 episodes or a movie, check out the Yandere tier or the Waifu tier on my Patreon. And let's go ahead and start. Wait, the goblin's actually talking? Oh, reproduce. So that's what they've been doing. This is where the goblins have been coming from? Because he knows you all way too well. Oh, shit. He played your goblin ass. Yeah, your home's destroyed. All the goblins are going to be destroyed. Now, how strong is this guy by himself? All this guy does is reproduce and get dirty. So you would think he'd not be much of a fighter. And this is a different environment than he normally faces them. Yeah. Doesn't matter, they're small. They'll get creepy real fast. At least they have people with them. This is the type of group that would, yeah, they would get smoked. They've kind of hung around the guy that's around them a lot. What in your mind is an adventure? It can't always be wholesome and happy. Definitely not in this show. Jesus. Where they're cutting heads off and there's plenty of blood to go around. They don't give a shit about limbs. Fortunately, they have plenty of people to be on the offense. And yeah. Oh. Yeah, that seriously. How much heads are going to be chopped off? Like, they're just... This show is just like, fuck it. Full on dark. Full on blood, heads, and limbs. I should be used to this by now, but I can't. Because they do it without the screaming. Like, nobody's screaming. The heads are just flying. Holy fuck. That shows the difference between their ranks, too. This is final battle music. It's like ultimate boss music. I think he's more there than he ever has been. Holy shit. I thought he was winning at first. Does he have a trump card, a backup, something? He's had that before. Oh, God. The goblin has a foot fetish. Oh. Ooh, a trap or somebody helping it? I want to think it's a trap from the Goblin Slayer. Oh, god damn. He didn't come alone. It comes full circle from the first episode. Oh, shit. I did not know I wanted this. This just seems right to me. Her being the one to save him and defeat it. The King Goblin. Nuh-uh! Nuh-uh! No! The moment she lets go, you're gonna go pokey pokey. I want some. Yeah, no! Yeah, we've seen this before. They want mercy when the goblins never give that. And she's seen enough of the bloodshed to not. Yeah, she's not gonna fall for that. Regardless of how wholesome she looks. Why don't we make it so he can never reproduce again? Oh, shit. Nice and slow. The motherfucking Goblin Slayer. Yes. Chop off his head. Nice little reward. Ah, they did work together. So it was all part of his own strategy. Without all that in place, he would have lost. And this is why you have a healer in your group, folks. And why they will always be the most important party member. I like how all the characters, how close they are, still just call him Goblin Slayer. Like, it's so appropriate. Aw. Something he never thought he'd be able to do. God, they had, both of them had so much growth. From a scared little girl to being able to save the person that saved you back then. That's why I said it went full circle. That's amazing. We don't get a lot of happy endings in this show, but this feels like one. That's what she wanted to see. And here. Well, now what? You beat the king, but you're the Goblin Slayer. Though it's a big world, you would think there would still be more goblins. Are these the heroes they were talking about before? Yeah. I want to be part of that party. You need the Goblin Slayer. Yes. That's a party he needs to join. Perfect. But if it did get destroyed, did you really save the world? Something to think about. That dude. He talks about other things, like food and strategy to kill goblins and... Okay, yeah, just goblins. They didn't say what, like, rank the goblin is for more. I mean, she made it equal. Give it that. Actually, this is more like, that was a handout. How much can you buy with a gold coin? Well, he technically didn't do it himself, so maybe... I feel like he always has been, though. Even defeating goblins. Even though he doesn't have that title, I don't know. That's the way it feels. Feeling like a dad, a mom, and a kid here. I don't think he cared about the money on this. Obviously, he didn't. Not in this case. He was gonna give everything. Oh, yeah, and... Oh, yeah, that too. Bought him a drink until he passed out. I think it was more personable, which is... So that was the better chance, like putting it all on the line and like them hear him. You're now just figuring this out. Well, the people that's been with him, of course, would. It really, with this music, it really feels like this is the end of the Lord of the Rings movies. I'm waiting for Frodo and Sam to come out and just give a very awkward look. I think she's earned the right to see your face at this point. He's got a main character, like, you see the hair and everything. He's got a main character hair. Definitely taking, you can see scars, definitely taking some damage. Wait, is he gonna actually keep the mask off now? Oh yeah, that it's like a mystery. She's obviously seen him. Is with... She sees that enough, I think. Of course, he's the main character. Betting pool? With that voice? You thought it was a woman with that voice? The hell? He definitely earned it and deserved all that attention. What a good way to end the season. That felt so satisfying. He's one of a kind, let's be real. Just slightly, right? Only slightly different. He's a hard worker. That's the long way about it. Well, he did. He rolled his own damn dice. And he still takes goblin quests? That's really funny because that ending right there, I mean, I know there's going to be a season 2 because that's because I was told that there's going to be a season 2, but I find it kind of funny that there it's like, even though it says Goblin Slayer will return, it was very like conclusive. That season didn't feel like, hey, there's going to be a season 2. It was very, maybe it was just, sometimes you get a really satisfying ending to a season, and that's what it felt like. It felt very complete. There, like this entire, I'll just quickly go. This entire season has been very like, I wouldn't say up and down. I would just say more of the pacing was kind of perfect for how short this show was, because we had a lot of like heavy action and story stuff, couple episodes. Then we had more of a setup or more of a chill episode, and then more. It just was perfect for the length of time it had, which I can't always say with shows. Sometimes like the pace, like especially when some shows will feel rushed when you get 12 episodes, matters how much source material there is, right? This didn't feel rushed to me without knowing the source material. To me, because there's some shows you can watch, you don't know anything about it, but you're like, this feels rushed. Like, why am I learning that this, and this in the matter of like 5 minutes? Like, this one did not. It felt perfectly paced. Each episode, I learned something new, and it wasn't feeling really fast. Even at the end here, the last 2 episodes, it flowed really nicely. It was really satisfying having a main character. They didn't like try to add too many characters. They really focused on the Goblin Slayer, but let us get to know the people that he met and, you know, kind of was in his party. And then it kept it at that. It really kept a focus, and I like that. I like that the Goblin Slayer got a lot of development, and over 12 episodes, trying to develop like 50 characters just doesn't work. So, but we also saw, you know, a couple other people get that, and it really went. I think the most satisfying part of this season for me was seeing the Goblin Slayer and everything go full circle. Him saving the girl to the girl saving him, and him like going from somebody so reserved and so I want to say unsure of himself, like, to being this guy that can strategize, and he would never been able to do that. I think the biggest thing was him being able to say that speech and ask for help. To that extent, something he was never able to do. And he even said, you know, when he was a kid, nobody ever came to help them before. So him, I guess he was worried about that, and him actually being vocal and asking them instead of actually making a formal quest, which he could have done and put a reward for it. Instead, he did that, and it worked out a lot better. And beginning of the show, he would have never been able to do that. We saw his growth, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed him being able to develop into, like, personality wise, it's not that he's not like this super outgoing crazy person now. It's just like you can tell the way he learned and slowly learned. And I don't know. I personally I'm a huge character. If you've been watching me for a while, I'm a huge character development guy. I love seeing characters actually have like depth behind them and grow as a person, and we can see that on screen. It's one of my favorite things to see. It's so satisfying. You know, see, and it's not that he was really an underdog, because I do like seeing the underdog prevail, but he wasn't really an underdog, but his personality kind of was. Not in strength, but in the way him mentally and the way he interacted with people, he had room to grow, and he did through the series. I think this has potential. I don't know where they would go, but there's obviously going to be a season 2. So it's one of those things where I wonder where it goes from here, because from my understanding, I would think at least that area, killing that goblin, because that goblin was even talking about reproducing. I can just keep reproducing. So that made me assume, okay, all the goblins we've seen so far is from him. Now, you would think maybe he's not the only one. Maybe there's other goblins. Or would a show like this go from, even though it's called Goblin Slayer, would it go past that? Would there be enemies that aren't goblins? That would be interesting, but I would think there's probably more goblins. I think it's a challenge because they ended it so well. They ended the season so well. I don't know where they go from here, but I'm excited because I think the characters themselves are good enough and have enough like depth to them to be interesting in different situations. So I am very excited to see where they go with that. Anyway, thank you for requesting the series. It's been a fun one to react to. If you want to request an episode or or 3 episodes or a movie yourself, definitely check out the Yandere tier or the Waifu tier on the Patreon. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.